Approximately 10:45 a.m. today, Wednesday, May 27th, 2015, Calgary police were called to an office building in the 10300 block of Bonaventure Drive S.E. due to gunshots being fired. One man was transported to hospital where he later died. Our patrol officers and various support units quickly responded and secured the area. The building where the shooting occurred was cleared, along with two schools in the area were locked down during this incident as a precautionary measure, while officers searched the area for further threats to public safety. Both schools have since been released, and there is no evidence that the children at those schools were in any danger as a result of this incident. Homicide detectives are now reviewing CCTV footage and interviewing a number of witnesses as part of their investigation. At this point, it does not appear that the shooting was random. Investigators still have many parking lots in the area closed off, and the investigation is ongoing. We do not have anyone in custody at this point. Anyone with information about the shooting who has already not spoken to police is asked to call the Calgary Police Service on the non-emergency line at 403-266-1234 or contact Crime Stoppers with any information they may have. Details are very limited at this point, but I can certainly attempt to answer any questions you may have.
Do you know suspects in custody, but any persons of interest?
Not at this point.
Can you tell us where in the actual building this occurred? We've been hearing some reports. Was it in the entrance of the building, or maybe you could give us just some more information about where it may have happened?
It occurred in the lobby entrance area of the building.
Was there anybody else injured, or did anybody else receive any sort of injury as a result of the shooting?
Not that we're aware of at this point.
Any weapons or anything collected on scene in regards to evidence, Duty Inspector?
Not that I'm aware of.
Can you tell us anything about the victim? We had heard it might be a parole officer.
At this point, it's still early in the investigation. The autopsy is scheduled for Thursday. At that point, we'll be able to confirm the identity through the medical examiner's office.
How big of a concern is this for the Calgary Police Service? You know, it's a high traffic area, daylight shooting around 10:45. How big of a concern is this for the CPS?
Well, anytime we have a gunfire at 10:45 during the day, this is an area that has a number of businesses. There's a high expectation that members of the public frequent these businesses at that particular time. So absolutely a real concern for public safety here.
Were any of the first of all, how many witnesses exactly, and have you been able to speak with? And were any can you say were any in very close proximity of when the shooting actually occurred?
The shooting occurred inside a lobby area. The business in question was in fact operating at the time. So we had a number of occupants, witnesses. We have over a dozen witnesses that we've had contact with. At this point, they're cooperating. It's still, again, early in our investigation, so we're in the process of interviewing those individuals.
Could you tell us any more about the business in question or where this took place?
The business itself is a probation office, a number of other local businesses in that particular building. So.
Can you clarify with the victim, was he working in the building or why was he in the building?
At this point, it's still early in the investigation. As part of our investigation, we'll try to establish the behaviors of the individuals involved. What the plans for the day were, what they were up to.
Can you say where he was shot?
Not at this point.
Do you have a description of the suspect?
Not at this point, no.
Michael, I might have missed this earlier in the day, so I apologize, but when the victim was transported, were they able to relay information? Were they talkative or no?
My information is we didn't have any conversation with our victim.
Can you just clarify, you mentioned the probation office being a business, and just what role does the probation office have in this investigation?
At this point, we don't know what the exact connection is, and that'll be part of our investigation to establish if, in fact, he was attending that location for a specific reason. At this point, we don't know.
Can you say where in the building the probation office is located?
I don't know exactly, no.
Safe to say the lobby is near the probation office though?
Absolutely.
It said it not believed to be random. Any motive at this point? Any idea? Is it drug-related, gang-related?
Again, very early in the investigation. Once we are able to confirm the identity and understand what the individual was doing there, then we'll have a better idea.
Good, any other questions?
I came in midway, so if everyone else is okay, I would like you to repeat the statement if you had something prepared at the beginning, if that's okay.
You
Is
want
there any
you-
prepared statements or?
Yeah, there's a release that was that's been sent out, my understanding. But certainly I can do that after for you if you want.
Okay.
Can you just elaborate to this, so everyone who is in the building has now been let out?
Yes, as part of our procedures when we respond to these types of calls, public safety is paramount. Trying to stabilize the scene is one of our priorities. Figuring out who belongs in the area, in the buildings, is another part of the process.